Question 1. A retail company collects terabytes of sales and customer data daily. The data should be queried in near real-time for business intelligence. A fully managed solution is preferred. Compute costs should be minimized. Which AWS service should be used? Options: A. Amazon Redshift. B. Amazon RDS with MySQL. C. Amazon S3 with Athena. D. Amazon DynamoDB with Global Tables. Correct answer: C. Amazon S3 with Athena. Explanation: S3 provides cost-effective storage for large datasets. Athena allows querying S3 data directly using SQL without provisioning infrastructure. Ideal for ad hoc and infrequent queries. Why not other options? Option A. Redshift is optimized for structured data, but is more expensive. Option B. RDS does not scale well for analytical workloads. Option D. DynamoDB is for NoSQL data, not large-scale analytics. Question 2. A financial services company needs a private, secure connection between its on-premises data center and AWS. The connection should not go over the public internet. It must provide consistent, low-latency performance. The solution must be highly available. Which AWS service should be used? Options: A. AWS Direct Connect. B. AWS VPN. C. Amazon Route 53 with latency-based routing. D. AWS Transit Gateway. Correct answer: A. AWS Direct Connect. Explanation: Direct Connect provides a dedicated private link to AWS, reducing latency. More reliable than VPNs, which use the public internet. Offers higher bandwidth and consistent performance. Why not other options? Option B. AWS VPN is cheaper but relies on the public internet. Option C. Route 53 is for domain name resolution, not network connectivity. Option D. Transit Gateway helps connect multiple networks, but does not establish private connectivity from on-premises. Question 3. A media company needs to process thousands of video files uploaded daily. Processing should scale dynamically based on demand. Processed files should be stored for later retrieval. Minimal operational overhead is required. Which architecture is most efficient? Options: A. Run processing scripts on EC2 instances with autoscaling. B. Use AWS Lambda with Amazon S3 and S3 event triggers. C. Deploy an Amazon RDS instance to manage file metadata and processing. D. Use AWS Snowball to batch process and upload video files. Correct answer: B. Use AWS Lambda with Amazon S3 and S3 event triggers. Explanation: AWS Lambda automatically scales based on the number of uploaded files. S3 event triggers start processing immediately when a file is uploaded. Completely serverless with no infrastructure management. Why not other options? Option A. EC2 requires manual scaling and maintenance. Option C. RDS is for structured data, not video processing. Option D. Snowball is for bulk offline data transfer, not real-time processing. Question 4. A SaaS company wants a disaster recovery plan for its primary AWS region. The secondary region should have minimal operational costs. Recovery time should be fast. Data should be continuously replicated. Which disaster recovery strategy is best? Options: A. Multi-region active-active setup. B. Pilot light with automated scaling. C. Warm standby with running instances in the secondary region. D. Backup and restore using Amazon S3 and Amazon Glacier. Correct answer: B. Pilot light with automated scaling. Explanation: Pilot light keeps essential services in the secondary region turned off but ready to scale up quickly. Reduces costs while ensuring fast recovery. Data replication keeps everything up to date. Why not other options? Option A. Active-active is expensive, as all resources are always running. Option C. Warm standby costs more because it keeps resources running. Option D. Backup and restore is the cheapest but has the slowest recovery time. Question 5. A mobile application requires secure user authentication with multi-factor authentication, MFA. It should integrate easily with mobile and web applications. A fully managed service is preferred. It must support social and email-based authentication. Which AWS service is best suited? Options: A. Amazon Cognito. B. AWS IAM users with MFA. C. AWS Secrets Manager with custom authentication. D. Amazon Guard Duty for user authentication. Correct answer: A. Amazon Cognito. Explanation. Amazon Cognito provides user authentication, MFA, and social login. Fully managed, reducing development overhead. Integrates with mobile and web applications easily. Why not other options? Option B. IAM is for AWS resource authentication, not end-user authentication. Option C. Secrets Manager stores credentials, but does not manage authentication. Option D. Guard Duty is for threat detection, not authentication. Question 6. A pharmaceutical company needs to store large volumes of clinical trial data for 15 years due to regulatory compliance. The data will be rarely accessed, but when needed, retrieval must be available within minutes. The solution must be cost-effective. Data integrity and durability are critical. Which AWS storage option is the most suitable? Options: A. Amazon S3 Standard. B. Amazon S3 Glacier Instant Retrieval. C. Amazon EBS Snapshots stored in Amazon S3. D. Amazon RDS, with automated backups. Correct answer: B. Amazon S3 Glacier Instant Retrieval. Explanation. Amazon S3 Glacier Instant Retrieval is optimized for infrequently accessed data with fast retrieval times, milliseconds. Lower storage costs compared to S3 Standard. Provides 99.999999999%, 11 nines, durability, ensuring data integrity. Why not other options? Option A. S3 Standard is more expensive for long-term storage. Option C. EBS snapshots are designed for backup and recovery, not long-term archival. Option D. RDS backups are for databases, not file-based archival. Question 7. A financial institution wants to allow its on-premises applications to securely access an API hosted on AWS. The API is hosted in Amazon API Gateway and backed by AWS Lambda. The connection should be private and not traverse the public internet. Latency should be minimized. Which AWS service should be used? Options: A. Use an AWS site-to-site VPN and access API Gateway over the internet. B. Enable VPC peering between the on-premises network and AWS. C. Deploy API Gateway with a VPC endpoint. D. Use AWS Transit Gateway to route requests over Direct Connect. Correct answer: C. Deploy API Gateway with a VPC endpoint. Explanation. API Gateway private endpoints allow secure, private communication between on-premises and AWS services without using the public internet. Eliminates the need for VPNs or public API access. Reduces latency by keeping traffic within AWS. Why not other options? Option A. A VPN does not provide private API access, traffic still goes over the internet. Option B. VPC peering does not work for API Gateway access from on-premises. Option D. Transit Gateway is useful for large-scale network architectures, but does not replace private API access. Question 8. A gaming company needs a database that supports millions of concurrent players submitting game progress updates. High write throughput with minimal latency. Automatic scaling, based on demand. Which AWS database service is best? Options: A. Amazon RDS MySQL with read replicas. B. Amazon DynamoDB with auto-scaling. C. Amazon Aurora PostgreSQL with multi-AZ. D. Amazon Redshift with distribution keys. Correct answer: B. Amazon DynamoDB with auto-scaling. Explanation. DynamoDB is designed for massive write throughput, scaling automatically as needed. Provides single-digit millisecond latency, ideal for gaming applications. No need to manage database servers. Why not other options? Option A, RDS MySQL requires manual scaling and is not optimized for high write throughput. Option C, Aurora is better for relational workloads, but not NoSQL scale performance. Option D, Redshift is for analytical queries, not transactional workloads. Question 9. A large enterprise wants to set up multiple AWS accounts for different teams. Each account should have consistent security policies. Centralized billing is required. Permissions should be managed centrally. Which AWS service should be used? Options: A. AWS organizations with service control policies, SCPs. B. AWS IAM users and groups in a single account. C. Use AWS config to enforce security policies. D. Manually configure each AWS account separately. Correct answer: A. AWS organizations with service control policies, SCPs. Explanation. AWS organizations enable centralized management of multiple accounts. SCPs allow enforcement of security policies across all accounts. Consolidated billing simplifies cost management. Why not other options? Option B, IAM alone cannot manage multiple accounts centrally. Option C, AWS config monitors configurations but does not enforce permissions. Option D, manual management is inefficient and prone to errors. Question 10, an e-commerce platform needs a highly available, globally accessible database. Low read latency is required worldwide. Must handle high traffic and scale dynamically. Multi-region failover is needed. Which AWS database solution is best? Options: A. Amazon RDS with multi-AZ. B. Amazon DynamoDB with global tables. C. Amazon Aurora with read replicas. D. Amazon Redshift with node clusters. Correct answer: B. Amazon DynamoDB with global tables. Explanation. DynamoDB global tables provide multi-region replication with automatic failover. Offers fast, low-latency reads worldwide. Completely serverless with auto-scaling. Why not other options? Option A, RDS multi-AZ improves availability but does not offer global replication. Option C, Aurora read replicas reduce read latency but do not support multi-region writes. Option D, Redshift is for analytics, not transactional e-commerce workloads.